We'll now shift focus to Tanzania, where President Samia Suluhu Hassan has finally broken her silence on the loss of lives caused due to violent protests that rocked the country during last month's elections. Here is what she said.
Despite the fact that elections were held, there were incidences of violence that caused property damage, loss of life, and threatened the security of the country.
This is Hassan's most public admission yet, and it came after weeks of accusations of repression. Hassan won the October election with almost 98% of the vote. Her two main rivals were either jailed or barred from running. An election without opposition led to massive protests in Tanzania. Allegations of election rigging added fuel to the protests. Opposition groups claim that more than 1,000 people were killed by security forces. The United Nations says the toll is in the hundreds. But the government still hasn't released official figures on the death toll. Now, Hassan has announced a national inquiry into these deadly protests. She says the commission will dig into the root cause of the violence.
The government has promised that within 100 days we will begin constitutional reforms. We will continue taking steps to address the challenges of the union. I will form a reconciliation commission to address the causes of these killings, and we will also establish a commission for dialogue so that together we can build and preserve our nation.
What stood out in her speech was her tone on young protesters. Hundreds of them have been charged with treason, a crime that carries the death penalty in Tanzania. Hassan says many were swept up by the moment and wrongly influenced. She then pushed for leniency, urging prosecutors to separate genuine offenders from those who followed the crowd.
I realize that many of the youths who were arrested and charged with treason did not know what they were doing. So as a guardian, as a mother, that is why I am directing the security and defense agencies, especially the Director of Public Prosecution's Office, to filter the levels of mistakes. And for those who followed the crowd, then let them talk to them and then let them go. Let them go to their parents.
Her speech comes amid a tense political environment. Hassan took power after the death of President John Magufuli in 2021. She briefly opened the political space, but crackdowns returned soon after. Opposition leaders say they have faced abductions, harassment, and targeted killings. Human rights groups say their teams have been intimidated and their devices were seized during investigations. Because of this, international pressure is now mounting on Tanzania. US senators have condemned the election as state-sponsored repression. The United Nations has also raised alarms, urging more transparency. But President Hassan says Tanzania must learn from the crisis and decide how to run democracy on its own terms.
As a nation, we continue to learn and improve ourselves. So then all of us in our unity should use this opportunity to continue to learn. Let us improve ourselves. And let us agree on how to run our country democratically, based on our cultures, traditions, and customs, and not those that are imported.
For now, the inquiry into these deaths remains a promise. The citizens still don't know how many people died, or hundreds remain behind bars. Whether this commission delivers accountability or becomes another political shield, the world will be watching Tanzania's next step for answers.